and welcome to the Unprofessional Professional Sports Show. I am your host, PA, and it's 6 o'clock p.m. on Eastern.
No idea
Coast.
why I'm so up. No idea.
And it's really early wherever Bo is at on the West Coast. So in the Seattle area. That's all I'm saying. Anyway.
We don't have that.
I figured we got to start off right. Yeah. I just feel people need to know where you are, Bo. Anyway.
No, you say it's really early. I mean, it's not like there's that many time zones in the U.S. Like,
it's enough.
It's enough.
And of course. How you doing, Robbie? Yes, we're the lot of the jack wagons. Yes, we are.
I somehow text Bo one time about 2:30 in the morning or something by mistake.
The funny thing is I'm always up.
No, I called actually. I called you, didn't I? I called and hung up. 5:30 in the morning for me. I'm like, why am I calling Bo?
No, it was funny. I ended up sending him a text. I was like, I was awake, but I wasn't going to answer the phone.
Good thing I wasn't in jail or something. Jeez.
I feel like I'm not close enough.
You in jail, Keith?
My
Not
wife
the red.
Really take this, that would really take this show to a different area. Anyway.
Well, we're working on it. I'm trying to take myself to a higher level first.
Trying to achieve
That's right.
more unprofessionality. I understand.
Exactly.
So, we have a plethora of sports news to get to and some funny things and some weird things and whatever the hell, we're going to be doing here. Just to let you know, U.S. hockey team won 2-1 today.
Yeah.
So they're going to be facing Slovakia.
Moments ago.
Yeah. So that's a good thing. And the women's hockey team are going to be facing Canada for the gold medal. How about that? It's all about Canada, USA. Canada, USA. Who cares about nobody other teams,
3 overtime games today in the Olympics. Canada was behind in their game. They barely survived, actually. That meant.
Yeah, and Sidney Crosby was injured in that game.
Yeah.
So the guy that took over for him was the guy that scored the goal.
Right.
How about that?
Lots of excitement.
Oh, yeah. Lots of time. Hey, did you know Johannes Hosflat Kalebo joined Michael Phelps as the only Olympians with 10 golds?
I did not know that.
Yeah, he has the most medals in the Winter Olympics too.
What's he do?
Ski, cross-country ski.
Oh,
he did that. Speed skating, cross-country. Does a lot of skiing programs. So he's got his gold medals through there. And let's see. Yep, hey, this happened today. This happened today. It happened today or yesterday, I believe. I think it happened yesterday, but this happened. As soon as I can get on here. Okay, there we go.
This is happening right now. Well, that's not good.
Everyone out enjoying the
Yeah.
How could you not?
It's not a canine calamity.
Oh,
Canine calamity.
That everybody seems to enjoy. Look at the crowd there.
Yeah.
I just like that the
quite
camera stuck with it. Like, I can imagine the person in the control room. They're like, all right, and camera 2, roll camera 6, like fade in camera 5. Like,
Well, the dog was smart. He chased the cross-country skiers and not the biathletes with the guns. That's at least he was smart there.
here's that.
Well, part of that video that you did not see is the skier that was on the other side of the one that was standing. She kind of went down to her knees immediately because she saw the dog. Of course, I think she thought it was a wolf too. She went down on her knees, so not to give herself up to the dog. The dog kind of looked like, yeah, okay, I'm messing with you. What do you smell like? I went to the next person. But the dog was friendly because they had the people got him off there. They were petting him and everything like that. I was like, yeah, that was a wolf. I don't know what you're talking about, a wolf dog, but that was a wolf. I just had a tag on it. That's all.
that bad
that
boy
was-
is huge.
So that was our dog growing up, and he was a husky wolf mix, and about 160-pound dog.
What's he doing in Italy? Oh, not that dog.
He passed away a couple years ago because I was 15 when he passed, so it's been a minute.
Oh man,
Listen, I'm getting a little tired of the ages.
probably not.
I have to make a quick comment real quick. So I'm tired of the ageism on this show. Samuel Dean, calling me out for shuffleboard tournaments and everything.
I don't know, Key. You're already retired. You're pushing Jack to his. You're pushing closer.
To be fair, shuffleboard on a cruise ship is actually pretty fun.
I've never once played shuffleboard on a cruise ship. I can tell you right now.
Oh,
I
really?
can tell you that. And I've never been on one.
I played pickleball, but not.
No, that's fair. I mean, it's a good drinking game. I don't know why you haven't played it. I have every time.
Cornhole is a good drinking game, sir.
I can't stay focused that long. That's the problem.
Cornhole on the boat is actually super fun as a drinking game, especially if it's the weather is kind of off. So
yeah,
the second one we went on, it was really windy to the point that all of the upstairs stuff was closed, right? Like you had water sloshing out of the pool and stuff. So you weren't actually allowed to do anything for one of the days, but we went up top and played cornhole anyway. So if you wanted to throw at the board, you had to aim over there to get the wind to carry it back.
That's fun.
Yeah, it was good times.
Yeah. And category 5 dangerous sounds like if the wind's blowing that good.
You want to watch the pickleball tournaments when the wind's blowing like that because you from one side of the court you just can't hit it over the net. It's like impossible. I don't even know why they're playing.
I think any game that has to have coordination in it and drinking
It's perfect.
is great to play. It's great
Any
to play. It
game
doesn't
you
make
can
a
play
difference.
one-handed. Any game you can play one-handed, is a drinking game, right?
Exactly.
So,
Any game you can play cross-eyed, yeah. If you
Exactly.
see 6 targets,
You probably even get better. Let's be honest.
I have known that from some people. They've gotten better as the tournament has gone on.
There is
because
a
they've been
zone.
drinking.
There is a zone
Yeah.
though, and it's hard to maintain that zone, right? That's the problem. You either go way over or you fall back, and it's really hard to maintain.
I mean,
I
if you're
don't know
sloppy,
first.
yeah, it's probably not going to work out. But
I've heard. I don't know firsthand.
You need some athletic ability, I guess. Yeah.
We're off to a great start
Let's-
today, by the way.
Yeah,
Right.
we're off to a great start. Hey, a couple of NBA notes as well. Kyrie Irving will not return to the Mavericks this season from his March 2025 ACL he suffered. So I guess they just shelving him because Dallas isn't really, I mean, they're up there, but I don't know. Maybe they feel like they don't need him. So
Did he tear that falling off the edge of the earth? Or no? That's what I mean.
yes,
Sorry, Kyrie.
well, if he did, that's karma.
I told Kyrie I wouldn't make those jokes anymore. But
Hey, I think it's open. Go for it. It's the unprofessional professional show. Do it. So remember the last week when we were talking about Adam Silver and the NBA teams tanking, and he said it's probably the most this season that he's ever seen.
Mhm.
Well, of course, Mark Cuban had to get involved in the whole situation, and he says that the NBA should embrace tanking. He says the NBA has been misguided, thinking that fans want to see their teams compete every night with a chance to win. Going on to say it's never been that way. Cuban also says that the NBA is in the business of creating experiences for fans.
I want to see my team compete.
how is tanking an experience for fans?
I thought that was the biggest foul malarkey I could ever. Man, really? I don't want to see my team compete.
It's an experience.
That is absolute nonsense. Yeah.
It hasn't been the experience for fans in a long time. Because, I mean, we're talking about what's the biggest thing when they arrest players. I mean, that's if you want to talk about something that's pretty bad, that's bad. When you're arresting your players, I forgot, what is it called? I forgot.
Load management.
Load management.
Load management. Thank you
Which
very
is
much.
also just a giant load of anyway.
Right, really. It is. I mean, I don't want to pay for tickets that LeBron James is supposed to come play in my city versus my marquee player, and then of course I find out at the last minute that he's not going to play.
Well, especially
I pay for this.
Every night.
like you show up.
So
both
basically, we could say
teams
NBA teams are thieves. They're taking your money.
Yeah.
And they're not putting the people that you want to see on the court because they're load managing,
Somebody should
tanking.
it's fraud, right? Somebody should start a class action suit here.
Oh man,
There you go.
They definitely need to do that. That would
Right.
provide shows like this so much content.
Oh, we'd have so much fun.
And the first person they should go after is Mark Cuban.
Didn't Adam Silver also mention at some point last week that one of the considerations would be to do away with the drafts and everybody would be a free agent when they came out of college, which doesn't sound like a great plan because how are the bad teams ever going to get any good? I mean, if you can decide where you want to go, I don't think that's a great plan.
I mean, I mean, they already let everybody team up anyway. So how do you think?
But later, you know, I've said this for years. I have the perfect remedy for tanking. The team that is the first one out of the playoffs. So the team that finished 17th gets the first pick. And then you go backwards from there, and then you bring in the winning teams. And nobody will tank because you're going to try to win games.
I mean, you might as well, because being last doesn't mean you get the first pick either, because the lottery is such a junk thing. Like, you've had the worst team be the same worst team for like 4 or 5 years, and they have yet to get the first pick. But somehow the Spurs randomly has an off year. They get the number 1 pick because the lotto is probably a scam.
Well, we haven't fooled it.
I agree. I think it is. It's too many coincidences with lottery. New Orleans loses Anthony Davis, and all of a sudden they get the number 1 pick to get Zion Williamson.
We had this little quarter folded on envelope one time for Patrick Ewing here in New York. So. That's what he still has. I still like the envelopes better than ping pong balls, actually.
I mean,
I'm not a fan of the lottery either well. I think it should be more. It should be more like the NBA. I mean NFL. I mean the worst team should get the number 1 pick.
well, not only that, but when you think of the NBA draft, it's not as deep as like the NFL, right? So you're halfway through the first round and you're already into G League guys, right? Like you got 3 or 4, maybe 5 guys that are going to start in the league, and then everybody else is going down. And you got the worst team that could use some talent. They're like, hey, you know what you're going to get? Another G Leaguer. Cool. Like, I mean, it's like the MLB draft too, right? You got a half a dozen guys that are going to go to the bigs, and then everyone else is going to be in some version of minor leagues for a while.
Well, the next thing I take a bunch of guys from France, none will be named Tony Parker or Wemby ever. I don't know how they could take so many guys from France over the years and never get one of the guys that are good. I don't get it.
Speaking of Wemby, how about him in an All-Star game, man? I mean, he just came and he had the passion of like a Michael Jordan or Kobe Bryant. He really wanted to win that game.
Yep.
And mind you, he didn't have a Giannis, nor did he have a Luka Doncic. So that may have changed everything if those guys played. But I like the format the way it was. It's a little bit better than what it was. It's still I think the seats were empty. They showed the stadium. Many seats were empty, but it did get a lot of ratings on TV. So there's that.
I didn't see a minute of it because I haven't seen a minute of an All-Star game in about 5 years. And I know they changed the format. I think last year they first did it with this format? Even some of the guys who were on our show Monday morning, who have been anti-NBA forever, watched and said there was some defense played and that it wasn't a bad watch. So
it was.
And if you're a Patriot, I mean, Stars and Stripes versus the world.
Well,
I actually like that.
It gives me a little more incentive to watch. I'll tell
So
you.
it was definitely tilted toward the U.S. since the U.S. had 2 and there was only 3, right? So I mean, it was kind of favored anyway. But it was better than the 400-plus point affair of what it was before, right? Which was ridiculous. There was a little bit more competition to it, but there was only about 4 guys that actually took it serious. Is the problem. There was one on each team, but like it wasn't a team-wide thing, right? Like, Wemby wanted to win. Anthony Davis wanted to win. And that, there wasn't
I would say Anthony Edwards. Yeah, Anthony Edwards wanted to win. And you mentioned Wemby, but also I would say the guy,
I think James
Kawhi Leonard. Kawhi Leonard had a really That quarter he had, man, was just unreal. He 32 points in one quarter, which is he went off.
They were mini games, right? So they weren't full length
Right.
games. It was just like a one thing. So, but he had like 3/4 of the points of that team. The thing that was a bummer for him is you get into the championship round next and he couldn't buy a basket.
Correct.
Did anybody watch? Do we know what the ratings were for this or any of the other events during All-Star Weekend?
It was high. It was one of the most they've had in years. It was very high.
The
For
dunk
just the game or for all the events?
the dunk contest was
For the game. Contest was pretty much
rough.
was such a dud. Call it what it is. It was a straight up dud.
Yeah,
It wasn't
I
a
mean
dunk.
the opening dunk was just like a run up dunk, like a normal dunk that you'd see at any park anywhere, and you're just like, wait, this is what we're doing. I mean, there was nothing inventive at all.
Well,
His dance was better than the dunk. The
Yes.
guy danced better than he dunked.
And it wasn't a good dance.
No.
the New York Post had a headline Monday morning that made me laugh my ass off. It said, Team Knicks win coveted NBA All-Star Event Championship. I didn't even know they played this contest before. It was like horse, wasn't it? Some shooting contest, the Knicks won. Come on.
Why was it coveted? Right, exactly.
Come on.
So
Because it's New York. I keep trying to tell you that, Keith. Anything from New York is coveted.
No, it's not. You're painting us all with the same brush, man.
The thing that's funny with Scott's comment there,
I don't read
You
Scott's
actually-
comments anymore.
you get more money for the in-season tournament than you do for the All-Star game.
Oh,
So there's no incentive to do anything real in these All-Star games. True for your Pro Bowl also. You know, when you think back 30 years ago, they made $50K to win and you got to go to Hawaii and it was cool. And it was actually all of the All-Stars because it was after the Super Bowl. Now you go 30 years in the future and you only get 90K. So that hasn't really mirrored the income of people. And you got to go to Santa Clara. Woo. I mean, like nobody cares.
Jack wants to give them all $1 million. Is that going to fix it? Just throwing money at it? I mean, I don't know if it would.
That would. I think that would.
Throwing money at anything is going to
Would.
fix the problem.
I mean,
that's the thing is it does fix some of the problem because some of those guys are going to want to win $1 million.
they'll show up. You know, well, if it's $1 million or zero, then maybe yes. But if it's $1 million or 800,000,
Wow.
then no.
You have to have a consolation prize, but I think it should be far less than the million. I say if the winner gets $1 million, the loser gets
100K.
250,000. Yeah, 100K.
Make them want that payday. And then, you will see defense because they're gonna be like, oh, I'm not losing $800,000 or $900,000. Like,
You might see some tears actually in a loss. You know,
and you also wouldn't have people bailing out of it because they'd be like, hey, you know what, $1 million, I would show up for that.
I'm not sure if you're a star quarterback making $50 million a year, are you going to want to play in a game where guys are out to kill you and you don't, for $1 million, I may not show up.
Sure, because you're not playing the whole game. You're playing a quarter.
I only got to be in there for one play for some crazy ass to try to kill me for $1 million.
I mean, at this
and
point,
most of those guys, they end up giving the prize. Like they used to be like the MVP would probably win like a truck or something like that, or some car, and they give that stuff to their family. I mean, there's a lot of stuff they can just write off. They give their money to their family. It does help.
I wish they'd do something to make me want to watch. I really do, because I miss All-Star games, and they all are terrible. All of them.
Yeah.
I mean, the only one they fixed was hockey going to the Four Nations. That was
Hockey's
cool.
good. Hockey.
So that one was good. And baseball still works because you can't not play defense in baseball. Right? Because otherwise it's in the park home runs the whole day. So you have to at least try.
Yeah, but any game where guys are mic'd up and I'm talking to you during the game while the game's going live, I can't take seriously. There's too many games. Just play baseball, and I'll be happy. I don't need to talk to Fernando Tatis Jr. for 20 years.
Everything's gimmicky now, though. I mean, you have the UFC going to the White House. You get, everything has a weird gimmicky banana ball feel to it.
It's the time that we live in, Keith. It's the time that we live
media,
in. These guys,
that's all it is.
Yes, that's it. These guys exchange jerseys. People didn't do that in the past. If they did it, they did it in private. They want to get out in front, smile and hug the other team. You know, they don't do Isaiah Thomas's like Jordan. I'm not shaking your hand. There's none of that. There's none of that at all.
This is why I'm sitting in the dark watching YouTube videos of 1970 sports at night. You know,
I mean, for real though. Yeah,
We're all with you.
back in the day, you know, you'd watch it and they would never even think about joining someone else's team. And now they're like, hey, let's just create an all-star team because we don't want to actually have to try hard.
The sad thing about
No,
sports,
you can't allow Keith to talk to Aaron Boone during the game.
Aaron Boone during games, yes.
No,
the sad thing about today's sports is that nobody's a historian. Nobody pays attention to what goes on in the past. Everybody that's great is who's in front of them right now, who they see right now. I talked to some kids in a men's warehouse. You had to get a suit, and we were talking about, I'm sharp when
conversations, and we need a little more qualification on what this was all about.
Yes. So I'm in there getting my this is football season. They had a game on. I mean, they were looking at a game on their phone, and I brought up Barry Sanders, and these kids had no idea who he was.
See, that's sad.
See, that makes me sad.
Really sad.
And I said, what? I said, pull up some highlights right now. And their mouth just dropped when they saw all the moves this guy was doing. I mean, the guy, when he had a guy do the Lord's Prayer, when he clapped his hands and put his hands together because he couldn't tackle Barry Sanders, it's just pretty impressive, man. And so it's just stuff like that. I'm like, I love the fact I see a lot of these videos now. They start when I saw that, I'm starting to see a lot of videos of young people responding to great players of the past. They're actually seeing them for the first time. So so
reaction videos.
Yes,
yeah.
yes. There's some hope. There's some hope.
I mean, yeah.
That'll
Graham.
Great.
You're going way back. You're going way back on that one.
That might be harder to get video of.
But yeah. But you know,
Graham
I think what
Cracker
it is
is
with
all
the,
you know.
the kids and the players nowadays, professional athletes even, history doesn't seem to be a thing that they pay attention to, which would shape their play in their professional areas. Okay, so you don't have too many of those players that go back and look at players from the history and say, I want to emulate him, I want to do as good as him, blah blah blah. You really got not too many players in this century to really, I mean, to player wise. I guess you got Tom Brady, you got Peyton Manning. But I mean, it's like kids forget about that stuff so quick. It's like, oh, and I'm trying to do my own thing. You can do your own thing. We're not trying to tell you to be somebody else. What we're trying to do is show you other guys that did it their way and how you can go above that.
So that's where there's a big thing is a lot of these guys don't accept coaching anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Like they're not even trying to get better. There's actually a lot of sound bites from coaches all around the college ranks that are like, yeah, these guys, they don't want to be, they don't listen to coaching. Like, I can't even imagine how frustrating that job has to be.
Greatness is time study. You have to really, you can't just be thinking that you're the only person that has done something in life, like Lamar Jackson. I would imagine Lamar Jackson would have looked back, not just Michael Vick. I mean, Michael Vick was his idol, but looking back at a guy who actually innovated long before Michael Vick, we were talking about Randall Cunningham. I mean, like a total, not just a one-trick pony. This is a guy that had he played in this era, he probably would have dominated because that was unheard of to play like that in that era. I mean, this guy he punted a 70-yard punt or 99-yard punt or something like that. Crazy. I mean, so to be talented like that and to not have witnessed it, even if you didn't live during that time. Like I watch a lot of old stuff like Night Train Lane and guys, just to see what these guys, how great they were. And the guys that didn't get paid a lot of money at all. I mean, these guys have to have second jobs. So you have to really appreciate what they brought to the table and being pioneers of what they were able to do at the time. So it's just unfortunate that a lot of that's getting lost by the wayside because people forget football or sports. people don't like history, period.
Mm,
And
sure.
if you don't like history, most times you're doomed to repeat it. If you don't learn
Exactly.
from it.
Mm-hmm.
So
This
it's
is why
just
I love,
unfortunate.
and I love history. I love history, and people say, "Well, I don't know why you like history so much." You know, my kids are like that too. They say, "I don't know history." History is what forms you today. This forms this country. It forms the sports that you play. It forms anything that you do. History is part of that. So yes, you got to respect the history, and even if it's bad history, you got to make a change not to repeat that history.
Exactly.
So you got to know your history. Period.
For sure. And Scott, I mean, it starts before high school. It actually starts with them handing out trophies for sports that they decided not to keep scoring. That's where that starts. Is you're amazing even when you're losing. Like, what are we doing?
Right.
And that shapes not just sports, that shapes society in general, because people show up to work and expect to be patted on the back for doing it.
Yep.
Believe me, I saw lots of them before I retired, and nothing infuriated me more.
No, it's
participation trophies are is an epidemic, sir.
Oh, it's
what
worse.
was that? What was that show from? It was the lady that worked for him is like, you don't even say thank you. He's like, that's what the money's for. Like,
I feel like I know that. I don't know what's true.
Oh, that person deserves a backhand slap so good.
I know when I coached Cal and the youth football, NFL youth football, I was lambasted a few times by the parents themselves, because if you don't finish, I mean, if you don't win, that's the point. I mean, we had a coach in the NFL say that you play to win the game.
Win the game.
Right. So, you lost and they were trying to give us, medals and stuff like that. I said, I don't want no medal for losing. What's the point? It's not making these kids hungrier to try to go get it next time. You're missing the point.
If you do finally win, it doesn't mean anything to you because you're just setting it there next to the trophies that you didn't have to win.
Mm-hmm.
So you're just like, I don't know. It's just another year, another trophy, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I just saw the show. That sounds like a last man standing Mike Baxter line, actually, Bo. That's what the money's for.
It was, I think it was something like Mad Men or something like that. I never actually saw the show.
Sounds like
I've just seen that clip a million times.
Yeah.
Yeah, I kind of appreciate people that cheat. At least they're trying to win. You know what I'm saying?
You're not cheating, you're not trying.
Right.
I'd give you an award for that, basically. But, I'm not going to give you an award because you lost and you got
living in the gray. Okay. That is the important part.
Who is the guy who?
There are many lessons in losing. I mean, how do you grow? Yes. How do you weather and build your skin up? That callus in your hands. Come on, man. You got to lose at some point. And in reality, you're going to lose way more than you win. If you count up all the losses, there's no what's that term? There's no I in team. But I love Leroy. I forgot with the beer commercials. The guy said, "Yeah, there's no we either." But
except there is an I in team.
I love that commercial.
There is an I in team. It's located right in the A-hole.
Oh my God. Boy, this show here is the right place for that.
Yes, Scott. Yes, you are. You and I commend you for doing it for 30 years, brother. That's a lot of coaching. The parents are just the worst. And it's funny because as a coach, I had a kid that played on the team. You know what I'm saying? And I didn't take it easy on him no more than I would take it on easy on any other kids on there. Yeah. But those well, you got to start him, and he really. I said, we get around to starting everybody in with the kids. Because that's the formula, that's the rules that you got to go by, which is fine. It's a good rule. All the kids should play. But at the same time, I'm not going to be sitting there and playing a kid that's going to be outmatched on his position,
He's
just
getting
to put him
beat
out
like
there.
a stone something.
Right.
I can tell
you
you.
all over him like a spider monkey.
I learned more times on a football field by a coach grabbing my face mask and hitting the top of my helmet with his whistle than them being like, "Good job, buddy." Like
Well, today he's going to get fired, so he
Yeah,
can't even.
that's true.
You know,
That's true.
can't
course,
make you feel
there's-
bad today.
There's coaching and there's coaching. So let me play this.
Well, but I guess
for
the difference.
you.
I wanted to get better also, so I guess
Yeah.
there's that.
There's that. Yeah, I want to get
Yeah.
better.
So there was a little game between UCLA and the Michigan State Spartans in college basketball
Oh,
the
love
other
this.
night.
I love this.
And so we're going to show that. Oh, I think we're going to show that. Maybe. StreamYard's doing its thing again. Okay. So this young man here, let me play from the beginning since it decided to screw me on that one.
It's going well.
Yes, it's great. So there's this hard foul on Connor by Jamerson. And the head coach tells him to get off the floor. He ejects him without anybody trying to eject him. His own player tells him to get off the floor for the hard foul.
Get your Corona.
So, I mean,
I'm not mad at that.
For a hard foul?
I'm kind of disappointed in the fact because the man is playing hard still, and they're down by 30 points. I got to give the kid that much. Okay, it wasn't a very
I think there's more to that. I think
that way. He should have been a little less.
There's
Was he?
there's more to that.
Was there intent? Was there like malice intent?
Well,
I don't think
it's his
so.
own team. It's his own team. So there's something else that happened.
Yeah, there's more than what we saw there.
But anyway, so Mick, after the game,
Danny's a
in
UCLA
the post
fan.
game,
Big Mick Cronin
post-
fan.
post game comments, he gets a little salty at the journalist who I had a problem with this too, but I'm gonna play it.
What was your thoughts in the student section chanting Booker's name?
I could give a rat's ass about the other team's student section.
I just meant the overall the way that you
I would like to give you a kudos for the worst question I've ever been asked.
Did you like
You should take it.
the preparation of the?
Do you really think I care about the other team's
No, I
student
don't
section?
think you care about the other.
Are you
team.
raising your voice at me?
No, I'm just.
Yeah, you are. Yeah, you are. Come on, dude.
No reason.
Come on. Yes, you are. Everybody's standing here listening to you. Everybody, this is on camera. They can hear you. I answered the question. I could give a rat's ass about the other team's student section. I coach UCLA. I don't care about Michigan State students. Okay.
I mean,
Now, okay. Okay, Mick. Okay. It's one thing to lambast the reporter for asking the question. Okay, I can understand that. But then you get pissy because you turn around and basically reinvented the whole conversation again so that the reporter's like, well, hey, wait, what are you coming at me again for? You just told me it was a dumb question. You answered the question, but then you're going to say, dude, Mick, come on, dude. Stop. Leave the journalists alone, okay? And they're going to get them bad because, oh, you're raising your voice to me? Yeah, I'm going to tell you that's the reason why I can't be in your position, Bo, and be a journalist like that on the spot journalist, because I would have cussed his ass out for that. I'm sorry. Hey, what? Yes, I raised my voice to you. Why'd you even come back to me in the first place? You already said you gave your answer, so shut the hell up.
there is
This
some
is exactly how Mike Vrabel should have responded to the pre-Super Bowl question. He should have responded like that.
So he has responded like that in the past. And so, in fact, if you want the sound bite, I do have it because I have to scroll back for it. But it was when he was still with Tennessee, and it was probably one of the dumbest questions that I've heard. But I'll dig it up because it's worth a listen. And Vrabel does respond similarly. So,
By
I'll
the way,
let you know when I grab it.
Danny wants Mick Cronin fired like yesterday. He's a big UCLA fan, and he doesn't like him. So if he's sticking up for him, that's kind of a tell-all. By the way, Tom Izzo had a better soundbite in my mind after the game. They asked him if he thought it was a flagrant 2 foul, and he says, "I guess Mick made it a flagrant 2."
Yes. I mean, yeah, you got those coaches that do have really good sound bites at the end of the games. You know, we have them in football as much as we have them in basketball, so it's good to see that. What was this
At least
other
he gave
one
him
that you put
kudos
up
for
here?
the dumbest
Bo?
comment.
Yeah.
Hold on, I'll give you the soundbite because it's perfect. This is when he was with Tennessee.
Okay.
I know it's coming. I love this, by the way.
Expand on because it sucks to lose, Gentry.
Trey, ever need to show you anything?
Did you have another thought, or no? I'm just curious.
Well,
It sucks. Losing. Awful. That's why I want to win. Because you don't sleep. You want to win for the players that bust their tail. That's it.
Did you have another thought, Gentry?
I love that.
Well, see, that was more. I could deal with that because he was more level-headed on that whole thing. Where Mick was just, you know, he just went out of control at one point. I was like, dude, okay, you told the guy it was a stupid question. He accepted it was a stupid question, but then you just turned ahead and went right back at him. I was like, it's already over with, man.
If you heard,
Oh, there's a little bit. There's a little bit displaced anger there. So you got to look at it.
When you get your ass kicked, yeah.
He was doing
Anybody
it
that
right
opens the door at the end of a game like that, you deserve. I'm not saying a reporter totally deserves it, but I mean, if you had something stupid, man, come on. After this guy, he's already off the rails.
You got to be smart about how you ask questions because
Right. I understand
that is definitely one of the things you're conscious of sitting in a press conference is you can ask the same question two ways, and one's going to elicit a response you want, and one of them's going to be that, right? And he did keep going after Gentry in that, and Gentry was a beat writer for the Titans. But there were other questions that were starting to be asked, and as they started to talk, he kept going at him. So I mean, there was an element of that. But yeah, I mean, I've been in those press conferences where you hear the question come through, and you're just like, well, that one's not going to go well. It's going to be a funny video, but it's
yeah. And every presser too, you find the guy that asked the questions that the head coach, like Dan has one that at his pressers that he loathes. It's a guy. I'm trying to figure out why the presser guy is still there, but he asked some stupid questions sometimes too. And Dan was like, he just looks at him like he's about to jump over the podium and kick his ass. And it's hilarious because he doesn't really go back and forth with the reporters. He just kind of looks at him and stares them down. He says, really? And stuff like that. I was like, I don't think you want to piss Dan off. That's not a person I don't think you want to piss off. But yeah, I see it in every presser. There's one guy in there just asks the dumbest questions all the time. I guess that's the reason why he's in the pressers, so he can ask the dumb questions. But anyway.
Yeah, I mean, it's frustrating when you're other people in there because you only have a certain amount of time. And not every question's going to get asked. So when you get the dumb ones that are getting asked, you're just like, come on. Like, I actually had a good question. That's not going to happen now.
Then you guys should berate them. The coach wouldn't have to be bothered with it. So.
Well, we don't get to hear the questions first. It's not like they pre-run these things. When it's really a bummer is when they ask something dumb like that, and it's along the same lines of what you wanted to ask, so you can't even ask your question anymore.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because you done pissed off the person you asked that got asked the stupid question. So now you just messed the whole press conference up because now you don't want to be the one up there asking them a question after you was angry about the whole situation. It's like,
well,
dude,
especially
way to kill the mood.
Especially when it's a situation where the questions are close, right? So they asked it in a dumb way, and you actually had it in a way you thought you were going to get a response, but now, no matter how you ask the question, they're going to be like, really? And you're just like, okay, never mind.
Speaking of football, also the Chiefs restructured Patrick Mahomes' contract, freeing up $43.56 million in cap room. However, it's going to come back and bite them in the butt next year, 2027. The Chiefs will have a cap hit of over $85 million as a result of the restructure. So you're damned if you do one year. You better go to the Super Bowl this year if you did that.
By the
They
way,
might not. That might not be the only player that they're restructuring. We're talking about Chris Jones possibly as well.
yeah.
He counts a big, significant amount against the books.
Contract smacks. We don't care. Everything can be done over.
Put up that comment from Scott because Mike Vrabel actually got asked that before the Super Bowl.
Is it a must-win game?
Is it a must-win game?
Hold on.
Somebody actually asked him that.
He actually gave a much better response than he should have.
He did 100%. He did.
Dumber. The Super Bowl is a must-win game. That's another one. Yeah.
That wasn't the only
Well,
version.
that's what I brought up. Yeah.
That's the
That's
second dumbest question I've ever heard on Media Day. The first one was asking Doug Williams how long he'd been a black quarterback. That's a second.
Damn.
I mean,
Oh.
I cannot believe to this day that
You
guy-
should have said since yesterday. Yes.
right?
I mean, come on, man. It's just goofy. But that's so stupid. I mean, what the hell? You spend all night and last week, and that's the question you come up with?
True story.
I mean,
I think the guy just phrased his question really badly, right? I'm sure he wanted to ask something different. How long you been playing quarterback? But how long have you been a black quarterback? It was hilarious.
That's the Scott Norwood version of being a reporter. That's the Scott. You're at the biggest moment of your life, and that's what you do?
That's good.
If I was Doug Williams, I would have come out with the color purple on his.
Much wider right, though. That was much wider right.
I've been black all my life.
I mean, if you wanted another dumb one from this Super Bowl, because the one for Vrabel wasn't the only one, is this one right here.
You and your team, are you planning to win this Sunday?
Are we planning to win?
Planning to win.
What else are you planning to do?
Are you planning to win?
What country was she from?
Are we
She-
planning to play this thing? That's what I want to know, StreamYard. What's going
Are you planning to win?
You and your team, are you planning to
on?
So that was a report.
this Sunday?
Are we planning to win? What else are you planning to do?
Where's she from?
That, from what I heard, that was a reporter from the California area.
Get out.
So, yeah.
Can't let these foreign countries come to the Super Bowl. You really can't. Oh, I forgot I was playing a foreign country, right?
So JB brought up
Yeah,
this,
that's
which
pretty
I was
bad.
going to bring up shortly too there, Bo, because this, of course, is your team that officially listed for sale today.
The estate of Paul Allen.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is this was a predictable thing. When it was getting close to the end of the Pete Carroll era, everybody kind of thought that once they get they thought there may be a new GM, but what we thought, new coach, new GM, all of that, that's when it would go up for sale, because then you're buying something that kind of has a known quantity for the future, as opposed to what it looked like. What it looked like for the Broncos, because you just saw how you didn't want it to go, right? And so they were going to try and make something stable. Then you get the best case scenario where you win a Super Bowl. That's going to be as valuable as it can get. The valuation I saw is somewhere between 6 and 8 billion. So somewhere around in there.
Hey, Robert, let's not throw names of the guy that's divorced and still the richest man in the world.
Oh, I didn't remember.
His wife took half his money, and we can't even come close to what he's got. Like, he's like 400
world with half his money gone.
Yeah, he has $100 million yacht with a helicopter on it that he never has been in.
Oh, the rich.
Wow.
Oh,
And Danny, you're exempt from that foreign country statement. I mean, I live in a foreign country here as well, so it's the same kind of thing. And the Goodell wants to expand the game into other countries, so he's doing a good job making the Super Bowl that won for 2 years in a row.
That other video I posted actually just has to do with Seattle sports, because that's Adam Silver making the expansion sound less likely.
Why?
Because Adam Silver and Stern both hate Seattle and always have. I don't know what the issue is, but it is a thing.
But you can't keep expanding these leagues, all of them. There's too many teams in every league that I can think of. There's too many teams. Seattle can have a team back. Take Oklahoma City. Take somebody else who's not supporting the team.
No, that can't happen. That can't happen, Keith. They
might be a sore spot there, guy.
Right.
Take somebody who doesn't support their team. We don't need 50 teams in these leagues. It's terrible.
No, but I mean, if they get 2 more, then they have the layout that the NFL has, right?
And there's too many teams. And there's too many teams in the NFL. Everybody complains about why their offensive lines stink. You know why?
Well,
there's too many teams.
So I disagree with too many teams. I feel like if your team is dysfunctional for 30 years, they should make you sell your team.
Fair. I'm okay with that.
Because I mean, then teams
kind of like the Knicks.
Fair.
The Washington Wizards. Oh my goodness.
You can pick out some in any sport, because I mean, I'm pretty sure the Pirates and the A's could probably get forced sold too.
The Rockies.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. The Washington Wizards, man, they need to change the name back to the Bullets, because man, they bite it for real.
Did they coincidentally change the name from the Bullets to the Wizards because of what's his face that shot was shooting at the?
No, that was it was years before that.
Oh,
but there's a funny line that goes with this. They were the Washington Bullets, as we know, and they wanted to not be associated with crime, so they changed the name to the Wizards. And so one of the columnists had said if they really didn't want to be associated with crime, they would have left Bullets in the name and taken Washington out of it.
That's what I was thinking. But yeah, so with the video that's there, he's talking about the timeline for expansion, but he almost alludes to the fact that the front runners that people have talked about may not be that.
All right. Vinny, in terms of the timeline, and I think I said at the end of last year when we were in Las Vegas that we will make decisions in 2026. I think in fairness to the cities, Seattle and Las Vegas in particular, I've been very clear. I don't want to tease teams. I don't want to tease cities or mislead anyone. I think we wanted to get through collective bargaining, national television deals. We've done that, and now we've turned to it as a league. My sense is at the March Board of Governors meetings, we'll be having further discussions around an expansion process. We won't be voting at the March meeting, but we will likely come out of those meetings ready, prepared to take a next step in terms of potentially talking to interested parties. No, it doesn't have to be a 2-team expansion. Frankly, doesn't have to be any number of teams. I think that the logical next move would be to say, all right, we've had those discussions internally. We've made decisions about cities to focus on and what the opportunity is. And now we got to go out into the marketplace. And I think that's probably the most important step to find out who is potentially interested in owning a franchise in particular cities. What's the value of that franchise? There's some work to do in terms of potential conference realignment. So that's the next step there.
Well, there's a meeting that could have been an email.
I mean, that hasn't happened yet. So that's supposed to happen in March. But basically, he's saying right there, it's like, oh, we don't want to tease teams that we've been teasing for years because we may not go that route. The realigning does make some sense. If they end up with 2 more teams, then they would realign in a similar format, division-wise, to the NFL, because then they'd go to 32 teams.
There you go. Take the Clippers.
I like what Yinjo said there. That I think the fan base in Pittsburgh or just Pennsylvania all together. Well, yeah, Pittsburgh. They might have a decent fan base for a basketball team.
They had an ABA team years ago they didn't support, but I guess that's not really evidence of fan involvement.
Oh yeah, ABA. That's a whole different league, man.
Well, and the Fish of Pittsburgh. Don't forget the Fish of Save Pittsburgh. Come on, you guys must have seen this movie, no?
What's the name of that movie with Will Ferrell?
The Fish of Save Pittsburgh. No, it was Gabe Kaplan, Dr. J's.
Oh yeah, you're right.
You guys are too young. Go
back. No, but I caught that a long time ago. You're right.
Yeah, I haven't had a reel-to-reel in my house in a long time, so
it was a
They still make projectors?
It was a silent movie. So.
I heard it was on beta. I mean, but
Beta.
It had just come out though.
That's a good one, Bo. I'm
You
only,
might
I'm
miss
only
that.
appearing-
real to real.
from now on, I'm only appearing on roundtables with Jack Hirsch from now on because I want to be the oldest guy in the room.
This is the unprofessional professional sports show.
That's
You should
right.
know that by now.
We are
Ageism does not matter here.
We are
The only thing that
professionally
doesn't matter.
unprofessional.
That class action suit against you guys.
For 2 pennies.
Uh,
Well, that's right. James lost his house and his car. What am I going to sue him?
Right.
uh,
Good luck with that, sir.
1979. Okay.
1979. There you go. Thank you, Danny. I knew Danny pulled it out here.
Thank you, Danny. I was 4.
I
I
was
was
I-
10.
I still had another couple years actually.
It's not the only place I'm showing my age, but we'll talk about that's a different show.
I don't want to know. I don't want to know. I don't want to know. Don't want to know. So, on that note,
That was more
by
of
the
a
way, we do.
commercial. That was more of a commercial, and it has side effects like
It does.
can't cause stroke. Don't take this unless doctor approves.
Does it have to do with the color purple?
But I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die of many. If I solve the problem, I'm gonna die of everything known to man. That's the problem. So
If it continues on for 4 hours, you need a medical problem.
Exactly. Yins or I wasn't either. So
Damn.
Dude, if you got underwear older than me, that needs to be sealed up, locked up in a
Right.
time capsule.
right. That being said, talk about the most amazing fabric ever, because if it could last to this point, that is fantastic.
Fruit of the loom, baby.
tidy whitey's at that point. I mean,
Tell you what,
Yeah.
yeah.
7
And they weren't in color. So
But
No.
at that age, sir, I was wearing underoos. I had Spider-Mans. Thank you.
Great.
Man,
Talking about 246 World Series.
That guy I know who was selling the popcorn.
Hey, it might have been.
Not Keith. Not Keith. We're talking about Jack. Not Keith.
It might have been Jack selling popcorn. Wasn't Jack a vendor at a stadium before? Wasn't he?
He was.
Yankee Stadium?
Yes, but Jack's done everything.
In the 60s or the 70s? Who was he in the 60s?
60s.
Yeah, I saw Jack when he was young, man. He had like this huge Hebrew, man. It was this huge. One of my buddies, man, one of the doctors, he said he's Jewish, and he said he had a large afro. We used to call it a Hebrew.
I don't think I've ever heard
cool.
that term before.
Pretty cool. Pretty
Yeah,
cool
I've heard
term.
it called certain other things too. Yeah.
Listen, we need to put a picture together. This is your job, Brian. I want to see Jack now with a Hebrew and see what that looks like.
Hebrew.
a buddy of mine.
Hebrew.
That's a coffee.
Where Jack's dad always see him with a Hebrew.
That's a coffee.
I wonder if I get called a racist every 5 minutes. Jesus.
That's awesome.
Jack's part in the Red Sea. I mean,
Hey,
Oh,
just for
man.
added comedy relief, Tyreek Hill got released from Miami. He's talking about going back. Well, the rumors are he'll go back to Kansas City, but who wants
likely.
that drama?
they may. I mean, Rashee Rice was getting sued with a civil suit for assault. So I mean, why not add to the criminal the mafia that he got going on over there? It's just to add him back into the mix. He's what do you call these guys? A wise guy. Add the wise guy back to their mix.
I mean, to be fair, the Patriots probably need him if Diggs goes to jail.
Why do these guys all hire Ray Lewis as attorney? I don't understand.
Right.
These guys are literal hired guns for hire. Look, Tyreek Hill, he's 32. if the knee holds up, he's gonna be somebody's gonna take a gander at him. They're gonna throw him some money and give him to come play, because just 2 years ago he had 2 seasons, his first 2 seasons with Miami, over 1,700 yards each season. So and I think part of the decrease wasn't just his age. I think it was the quarterback play too as well. And it just wasn't good there. And so I think the biggest thing again.
Little guy with a lot of miles. Little guy with a lot of miles on him too. The quarterback's an issue, but I think he's got a lot of miles on him, and I don't know how much is left in the tank there.
The biggest thing for me is the dislocated kneecap. So can he bounce back from that at 32? We'll see.
Yeah, someone will take.
Tyreek will trying to get paid the way he was getting paid when he had before all that.
Yeah,
that's the problem, and nobody's going to do that.
He's gotten the most. He'll take a lesser paid job. I mean, he's got the most money of any skill player ever. His contract. Guarantees were $106 million with Miami, which is crazy.
He has some of the most child support of any player too. So I don't know if that really counts. But he's probably going to get a 1-year deal with like a second voidable year on a prove it deal, right? Because people are going to want to see if the ACL is good and if the kneecap recovers. But someone's going to give him a shot.
I'd rather not be on the team.
Yeah, I'd rather.
It's going to happen, Keith.
You better not come around the line.
It's gonna be a team that has a lot of cap space that can throw some money at him, which your team is one of those teams. The Raiders potentially could do that. Chargers, in theory, could probably do some of that. Broncos could do some of that. So there's options for him for sure.
Not Captain Jack. We're talking about Jack Hirsch. He's a Knicks and a Jets fan, I believe.
I mix those two guys up all the time.
And we don't know what's worse, being a Raiders fan or Jets fan. So, yikes.
Oh, Jets easily.
I'm not sure that I've seen Captain Jack and Jack Hirsch in the same place at the same time. They could be the same person. I don't know.
Scott, you're so wrong for that, man. You're so wrong.
That's right. Scott's got a lot of time on his hand at the home.
No complaining of Tua? Yeah, okay. Yeah,
he's going to have a new home too.
Miami's going to be bad. Like, that's not going to be a good team this year.
That's what I'm saying, Scott.
I think they know that. This is a total tear down and rebuild. They know that. So
Drew Rosenhaus, he's going to have to let him take a pay cut. There's no choice. He's 32, and he's coming off a major knee injury. He may not even come back and play. That's where we got to see. That's how bad that injury was. So we don't know for sure.
Danny,
I knew this was coming up.
If you want to take this even a step further, he has a kid every 800 yards.
Yeah. He's still got a ways to go to catch Antonio Cromartie.
That's a way to look at it.
Antonio Cromartie had him beat, I think, when he was in the league.
Oh my God!
Phillip Rivers is out there trying his hardest too.
Yeah, Rivers.
Yes, but with one woman though. With the one lady that he's still with right now. So that's you got to.
That being said, Rivers has a volleyball team that can play his other volleyball team.
Right. Buy a TV. Why don't they buy a TV or something?
Right.
Just depends on what's on. They might have had one.
No telling what goes on in that household.
Yeah, right.
Well, definitely not contraceptive.
800 years. That's a good one.
So anyway,
those 70s pullout couches had plastic on them. Come on.
Oh my God.
No.
We got 30 seconds left in both.
That is the perfect way to end the show right there. Thank you, Bo. Perfect way right there. Everybody,
I gotta be with Robert Butler in a Bible Belt later now.
Oh, and Bo's got to get it out now before his news. Yeah. I'm not gonna put that on the air, so I'll just wait. He may want to put that out later.
Anyway,
get it all out right now.
Hey, that's why I enjoy shows that aren't on restricted channels.
Yeah,
there you go. in the Graph Podcast Network. Swearing and unprofessionality all day. Anyway. Anyway, everybody have a very good rest of your evening. We will see you next Wednesday at 6. Keith's got a show coming up next. Do join that. And peace, everybody.
Thank you.